Hi, I'm Ace.
And I'm Grace, and we're back for another show to talk about our temple
Health
health
and
and wellness.
wellness. Well, we have to be real with you all. We've had some challenges. However, God is still good. And a setback is just a setup for a comeback. And we're going to really embrace that, aren't we, dear?
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you start? Let's talk about your week.
Well, it was a long week. It seems like we haven't been back with our subscribers, with our audience for a while. It just seemed like the week went really long. And it was an exciting week. I got to spend a lot of time with my nieces and nephews, and they were over here because their mom celebrated her big 40th fabulous birthday, and they went out to Los Angeles and had a great time. And so with that came with this more preparation for meals that are more like, family favorites. And so we did a lot of good traditional favorite meals, and it was really difficult for me to keep up with that part because we had a total of 8 children, school age children that we were responsible for. And I felt like the bus driver in the morning. I'm dropping these kids off. I'm dropping this child off, middle school, high school, elementary. So it was just a really intense week, a lot of fun, but definitely was difficult for me to stay on track with the more healthier options that we had become accustomed to. Just was not as prepared as I would have wanted to be, and ended up really nibbling here, nibbling there. Kept up on my water, and obviously my medicines, but just was not as on board with our eating plan this past week. From my perspective, it was very challenging having the house so full and so many hungry children and so many different activities going on throughout the week. So I think I'm already looking forward to today, which kicks off a new week of a little bit more normalcy again to what we were doing. So that's kind of how the week went for me. A lot of alternative um, things to what we had been doing.
Okay. So for me, it was very busy with all the kids, and I kind of felt like I was undergoing the Adam and Eve syndrome because Grace would bring me a little treat or a little food item that was not really what we were supposed to be eating, and I would just eat it. Not really pushing back, not really acknowledging, hey, this is just too much. Just kind of like, okay, and just feeling like Adam, just a whole week Adam, just eat the apple. So that was a challenge. However, I did, for the most part, keep my calories down. We didn't do any juice, and that is not ideal.
Yeah,
We see what Grace is talking about here is planning.
right.
And meal prepping and planning is so important. Like,
Yes.
we have to make a big change in that regard because if you don't meal plan, you're gonna cheat.
Right.
You're gonna go to the comfort food, the fast food. It's so easy.
Yeah.
So meal planning is key. Ideally, the night before. So that's our goal for this week, and continuing with the water and really incorporating the walking. That is so important as well because that movement just helps the body. It lowers the blood pressure. It allows for the extra sugar in your body to be used up so that you don't have complications from diabetes mellitus.
Yeah.
It's so important to move, and those are our goals, I think, for the week.
Yeah, this week was also really challenging because I received a new diagnosis, even more serious than the last one, um, from my new primary, and I don't know. And then the week was dreary. Here in the Midwest, it rained every day at night and then all day, and that can also affect your mood. And so we weren't able to really get out and walk and enjoy the fresh air like it's out today. It's a beautiful day. And it's just really, all those things. So we're talking about holistic health. We're talking about your entire temple, which includes your mental health, which includes your mind and, your mood, and just all of that can be out of sync. And it was very difficult for me to hear this new diagnosis and then having to reconcile even more sacrifices that will be needed at this point. So it was a difficult week, I think, in more ways than one from a temple health perspective.
And with that being said, I've been encouraging Grace that let this be motivation. Yes, there's this new diagnosis, but instead of a sort of downward forecast of the way that it's perceived,
Yeah.
let's let that be fuel to the fire. That's all the more reason why we need to continue on. That's all the more reason
Yeah.
why we can't stop now. And even though, like I said, we had a bit of a setback, let's let that be a setup or a springboard for our comeback.
Yes.
So now to talk about weight
You
loss.
have been very encouraging to me, and I appreciate that.
Of course. And we have to stay encouraged. The word of God, prayer, positive words, positive thinking, it makes all the difference. So
And I'll try not to be like Eve and offer you the tempting food items.
yes. And I'm going to definitely say no thank you if you do.
Yeah.
So as far as weight loss goes, I am down to 527 pounds.
Wow.
And I believe that's like a 2-pound loss
Wow.
from last week.
Yeah.
So not exactly where I wanted to be, but still thankful for progress, and I know what's needed just to continue on this journey.
And 2 pounds is per week is kind of what's recommended anyway.
Yeah.
Generally, per week is a weight loss, healthy weight loss rather. So for me, the scale said 235. So I am literally right back where I started when we started our YouTube channel at 235. So, it's kind of one of those moments where you're like, okay, let's recalibrate and
Let's recalibrate.
start again.
Start again.
We don't want to gain anymore. We certainly want to, keep going back in that right direction. And I do feel more motivated now than I did yesterday and such.
Yeah.
Oh, I also wanted to say that my brother and sister-in-law gifted us a air fryer. So there is a whole thing on air frying and plant-based foods. So I'm really looking forward to that. I bought some Brussels sprouts, and there's a couple of other meals that I can't wait to show you all on our other channel that I've made for the children. Not this week, but last week, that they really enjoyed. So that's kind of part of where I'm at now, is how to incorporate this air fryer, which I am so excited. We already made one item in it. It was delicious. So stay tuned for that. Looking forward to using my air fryer more.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and look forward to talking to you guys next week with an update, and prayerfully we will have more consistency with our juicing and walking and
Yes.
healthier food choices, certainly.
Definitely. And click the bell notification if you want any more videos or to be notified when we do post our videos every Monday.
Thank you again. I'm
Thank you.
Ace.
And I'm Grace. And we'll be back next week to give you an update and talk more about our temple health
Health and
wellness.
wellness.
Bye.